sentenced after groping underage girls at school, but one of his victims told the judge before sentencing today.
Plus, rallying to get more funding for people with disabilities in Maryland.
DSPs deserve all the money that they need to live, work, and play like us.
The reason they say they need more funding and the impact it could have. And a warm-up is on the way. Meteorologist Scott Sumner is with us to track how high those temps will get.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now here at 4. I'm Annalisa Gale. Mark Hall will join us at 6 o'clock. Well, today, Virginia voters are at the polls to vote on a new congressional map that could dramatically reshape the state's political landscape ahead of the midterm elections. And even before today, more than 1 million ballots had already been cast. Well, that proposal could flip 4 Republican-held seats to Democrats, potentially giving them control of 10 out of 11 of Virginia's House districts there. Now, you can see here on this map the current boundaries. Currently, Democrats holding 6 of the 11 House seats, with Republicans holding 5. But the proposed changes could give Democrats a chance to flip up to 4 GOP seats as well. And supporters argue the changes are needed to counter Republican-led redistricting efforts in states like Texas. But critics say the map is abandoning nonpartisan redistricting principles. A yes vote means new maps could take effect for 2026, while a no vote keeps the current system in place. DC News Now's Dave Laval joining us live from the Fairfax County Government Center there now with more on this. And Dave, what's the turnout been like so far today?
Good afternoon to you, Annalisa. So far, turnout has been pretty steady all day. Early voting wrapped up on Saturday, and election supervisors here said that the numbers on that actually came in slightly under last November's gubernatorial contest. The proposed constitutional amendment on the ballot today would create new congressional districts approved by state lawmakers. Democrats would hold a 10-1 majority in those districts, as that party looks to push back against President Donald Trump. He urged Texas Republicans last year to redraw their congressional districts. Virginia is the second state after California last fall to put the question to voters. With so much on the line, voters we talked to said it's important for everyone to cast their ballots.
I voted yes because everything elsewhere is being controlled by the billionaires, and so I'm hoping that this can put a little bit more power back into the people's hands.
I think it is fair to vote no, in my opinion. I feel that when something is saying it is temporary, you should set a date. And so far we have not been told a date, and I don't think that this new proposal is fair.
With so much on the line, again, even if the measure passes, it may be all moot as the state Supreme Court decides whether the constitutional ballot is legal. Just a reminder, the polls across the Commonwealth close at 7 p.m. We're live in Fairfax, Virginia. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, Dave, thank you. And if you're out voting by mail as well in Virginia, time is running out. Ballots must be postmarked by today and received by noon on April 24th to be counted. And keep in mind, if you are dropping it off, make sure to ask for a hand stamp postmark. Otherwise, it won't be postmarked until it reaches the processing facility and will be considered late. If you're using a drop box, meantime, you'll need to get it in before 7 p.m. After that, your vote won't count. And for the latest on Virginia's special election, including the latest results right now, head to our website, dcnewsnow.com. And turning now to the district, DC's juvenile curfew is back in the spotlight today as council debates a new emergency and permanent bill on the issue. Council failing to vote on extending curfew zones last month, allowing previous legislation to lapse. The mayor subsequently stepping in to issue an emergency order, allowing for the use of those zones for 15 days. Now, DC News Now's Marielle Carbone has been tracking this for us. She's joining us live from the Wilson building. Marielle, at this point, where do things stand?
Well, Annalise, I just want to start by stating that this has been a very controversial issue and topic, which just really played out for us inside the council chambers. Just in the last hour, council was debating the permanent bill on this, and it passed, but just barely. 8 voting members saying yes on this, the remainder voting no. So this will move forward, the permanent legislation, which still requires a second vote on it, so it doesn't go into effect immediately. Like the past curfew zones, this bill allows the police chief to declare an extended juvenile curfew zone in specific areas that would start at 8 p.m. for 4 days, and that applies to teens that are 17 and under, and it prevents them from gathering in groups of 8 or more. But some of the changes we saw to this today come from at-large council member Donnie Crawford, who is proposing that anytime one of these zones are initiated by the police chief, that the city must step in and make sure that there's some type of programming happening for youths in the area during that time. That was supposed to be a compromise intended to get more council members on board. Of course, we only saw 8 out of the 13, but take a listen to what Crawford had to say.
I feel more comfortable that we're not just penalizing youth, but we're providing alternative spaces. The event could be anywhere citywide. It could be multiple events, so it doesn't have to be just one event in one location.
So the permanent legislation, it is not a done deal. Again, it needs to have a second vote at another council meeting, and then it needs to be signed into law by the mayor, who we know supports this. But council is now about to vote on an emergency bill. So if that were to pass, it would go into effect immediately for 90 days, but it needs at least 9 council members to pass. So it's unclear if we'll have the support in there for that to happen. If that fails and the emergency doesn't go into place, that means council members will not be able to issue those curfew zones at all throughout the summer. So we're going to go head back inside, find out what happens, and we'll bring you the latest as we have it. For now, though, live in the Wilson Building, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Thank you. Definitely controversial. Well, right now, another controversial topic, the weather right now. Well,
always.
They want to see it be a little bit warmer. And it was a shock to our system this morning, Scott.
Yeah, we don't have a vote in this. No vote, no say. Mother Nature does what she wants to do. And yeah, I just want to rehash. I usually don't, but because, you know, it was very, very chilly out there. If you woke up this morning, you woke up to a lot of 20s and some lower 30s across the board. But just to compare and contrast where we are now, we've seen those temperatures rise nicely right up into the 60-degree range here at DC, 64 at Manassas and Fredericksburg. And so we have seen a nice spike in the temperature, certainly better than what we had yesterday, where highs were only into the middle 50s, like where Annapolis and Lexington Park are currently at this point in time. So where will we go from here? Well, we'll drop us down into the lower 50s here by the overnight hours. Hold steady because clouds are going to be moving in overnight tonight. Right now it's mostly clear, but by 9 and 10 o'clock we'll see more clouds build into the area. Temperatures at that point in time will be into the middle and upper 50s, dropping down into the lower 50s. So what about the next 2 days ahead? Well, the Emojicon forecast shows that Wednesday, not bad. Emoji's got a little smile going on there at 73 degrees. That's the reason, because we will have a little bit of light rain early in the morning. And then, boy, a big old happy duty smile on the emoji here for Thursday. Perfect weather, 78 and mostly sunny. We'll talk about the extended forecast, Annalisa, coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Scott. Well, an update this afternoon, the 18-year-old student convicted of groping underage girls at Fairfax High School was sentenced to 360 days in jail. The case gaining national attention after the Federal Department of Education launched an investigation into Fairfax County schools over this case, and immigration officials called out his status as an undocumented immigrant as well. He was convicted on 9 assault and battery charges. DC News Now's Randy Bass joining us now to break down more on that sentence. And Randy, we're learning ultimately he'll only spend a few more months in jail.
Yes, Israel Flores Ortiz facing a 360-day sentence, but again, he may only spend just a few more months behind bars with credit for about 6 weeks time served and day-for-day good time while he's in the jail. He may ultimately only spend about 5 more months here in the Fairfax County Jail. He did give a brief statement to the court today, telling the courtroom that he was sorry. He apologized to his victims and to his parents. The judge in the case said she was moved by the testimony of the girls victimized by Flores Ortiz, some of them sending letters to the court ahead of sentencing today. Prosecutor Jenna Sands reading part of a letter out loud. One of the girls writing that this case shouldn't be about his legal status, saying, quote, "It's about a guy in the hallway doing the wrong thing." While Ortiz defense attorney Jamie Hospers got political in the courtroom, saying that when someone commits an assault offense in this country, quote, "Sometimes we arrest them and sometimes we elect them president of the United States." He asked the judge to look at this case as instances of butt grabbing, something the victims in this case shook their heads at. The judge saying she questioned whether he actually did this in fun, as he confessed, or if it was really just a prank.
We all knew it wasn't a prank. My client has been very brave in this, and I'll say this much. She knows what happened, and she's moving forward with it. But there's no, how do I say it, hatred or animosity. She just wants to make sure it never happens again.
These girls were attacked repeatedly, and this is why we went forward with the case. Look, our office is all about keeping our community safe and doing justice. It doesn't matter what somebody's status is. If somebody commits a crime in Fairfax County, we're going to hold that person accountable.
And this may not be the last we hear about this case involving Israel Flores Ortiz. He does have the opportunity to appeal this case, have this case heard again in an entirely separate trial in circuit court if he chooses to. We're breaking that down coming up on DC News Now at 5. In Fairfax, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Randy, thank you. And right now, there is no verdict in the murder trial for a Kentucky teacher shot and killed on the Catholic University campus in 2023. The jury is in day 8 of deciding now the fate of Jamie Macedo, accused of killing teacher Maxwell Emerson. Emerson was a teacher visiting D.C. to attend a conference, and he was shot and killed during a struggle on the school's Northeast D.C. campus. Jamie Macedo is facing murder charges in Emerson's death. His lawyers are claiming self-defense. Today, the court received notes from 4 jurors expressing concerns with deliberations, and many have other obligations, they say, such as an international trip, family obligations, financial hardships, concerns, and more. One juror is also in the hospital. The judge directed the jury to return after a break on May 4th. All right, well, moving on to our next story now. Over in Virginia, we know happening today, the Alexandria City Council will discuss a proposal to reverse free parking on Sundays. And the city says this will make it easier for people to find parking in the area. They say that's because when parking is free, parking spaces tend to stay occupied for longer. And this proposal is expected to generate around $700,000 per year. But at the last city council meeting, council members asked the city manager to bring forward some other proposals. So we'll see what happens there. Well, also happening now, Churchill Downs, home to the famous Kentucky Derby races, says it's buying the intellectual property of the races, Preakness Stakes and Black-Eyed Susan Stakes, for $85 million. Churchill Downs plans to then let the state of Maryland run the races for a fee. Both parties expect the transaction to close after the next Preakness race, which is on May 16th. And right now, we finally have a reopening date for the original Ben's Chili Bowl location. The iconic DC restaurant on U Street will be reopened for business on Friday, May 1st. The location has been shut down for about 9 months now due to some building repairs there. Since it's shut down, a pop-up has been open across the street. The grand reopening will feature a go-go band along with a ribbon cutting ceremony. Very cool. And I just saw that Spike Lee is going to be in the city also on May 1st. So May 1st is going to be a good day. All right, well, still